There was some shocking news over the weekend. I don't know if you heard this. Horribly, Lorena Bobbitt was killed in a car crash. Apparently this time some dick cut her off. My grandmother, Mary Bonnet, just celebrated her 100th birthday. Thank you. And we had a party for her. She's actually out in Indiana, and we were going to fly her out, but it just seemed too expensive for the airfare and to dig her up. My name is Todd Bonnet. I got people have been calling me TB for the past 30 years. I got a brother Kevin. He's KB. That's KB and TB. Together we kick back and take bong hits. And we still are. I don't like parking meters. No one will ever help you with change at parking meters. Am I right? I had to ask some guy on the street if he had 4 quarters. He said, no, all I have is an ounce. $302 later, I parked my car. I've been smoking pot since I was 9 in the 4th grade. Now that I'm older, I've been getting high and hotboxing tranny bathrooms. They're super clean. No one ever uses them. And if anyone ever knocks on the door, you just use your Kermit the Frog voice. You'll be just fine. It's like this. There's somebody in here. I'm using the toilet. From outside, they'll say this. Well, how long's it gonna be? They'll talk the same. They're trannies. It's gonna be at least 5 minutes. I'm taking a standing shit. And then I'm taking a sitting pee. Oops, I think my period just started. RuPaul is back on television.
Yeah.
He's got his own program. He's not only the star, he's also the executive producer, and I'm sure you've all seen it. He calls it the Wendy Williams Show. She was talking about a stalker before. Lance Armstrong has a stalker. Someone is stalking Lance Armstrong, but he has no intention of pressing charges because Lance needs another nut. Jared Fogle is doing 16 years in prison. He won't be eating any sub sandwiches. He will be eating a lot of tossed salads. I know most of you love a tumbleweed in a pantsuit, but I just can't vote for Hillary. I can't vote for a woman who never has sex. Bill won't touch her. I don't mean Clinton, I'm talking Cosby, and he'll screw anything. People are saying that Trump's groping women. The last time Bill Clinton grabbed Hillary's vagina, he cut his hand. It's like an old tin can. He got tetanus. He calls it rusty. Why do some people, usually drunk college kids, take a dump directly on the floor? Now, I didn't go to law school, but there's no grounds for that shit. That was physical comedy. Yes. We all need to do our part to fight the war on terror, and I'm doing my part right here. The other night I was at the local AMPM and I killed 2 ICs. Ooh, nice. Took them down, literally sucked the life out of them. Right in front of Habib and Samir. I think we're getting a little hypersensitive to terrorism. A major Hollywood director was arrested at LAX the other day, and authorities asked him what business he had there. He said he was here to shoot a pilot. Thank you. In Ireland 50 years ago, they had a major outbreak of measles. That is till they realized it was just freckles. 5 years ago, there was a major skyrocket in suicides in both China and Japan. Now, wasn't that just typical euthanasia? One of my best friends is Korean, and he took me to a Korean barbecue for lunch. It consisted of nothing more than a food truck at a dog park. Hello. Thank you. Rents are expensive here in Southern California. My friend has got an apartment. He said it's expensive even for a crappy apartment. He said his apartment came with a carport and a fence. Well, that sounds pretty nice. A carport and a fence? He said, no, a cardboard fence. It's expensive to have a woman in your life. You got to pay to play. It's not free. It's right in the name female. There's going to be a fee. It's going to cost. Credit card charges, maybe even charges filed.
Yes.
I think big companies are a good place for women in our workplace, considering most women prefer working with a larger staff.
Some men too, girl. Just saying.
We'll get there. When a woman doesn't want to have sex, for years they've always said they want to have a headache. But I don't think that's a good enough excuse for a man. We'll always try to work around it. Like, well, I wasn't planning on having sex with your head. How bad does your head hurt? What you want to say is you have to take a shit. We will stop asking. In fact, we'll sleep on the couch. My wife's now wise at this. Every other night she tells me she has to take a dump. I don't think she does. But if she ever tells me she has a headache again, I will fuck the shit out of her. I don't normally talk to the audience, but when a woman has a miscarriage, it can leave them sad and depressed. But I don't understand why. It's stillbirth. Stillbirth. And if you have a miscarriage in England, the doctors there do not have a good bedside manner. They will tell you right to your face, it looks like you're having a bloody baby. I think the best time to eat a woman out is when she's on the period. If you're going to eat, you might as well have something to chew on. My dad once told me, Todd, if you ever finger bang a virgin, you're going to get caught red-handed. And my mom told me that I cried for the first 2 years straight. Did I mention she was an A cup? Angelina Jolie had her A cups removed and her ovaries torn out, all to avoid cancer. About 15 years ago, she had a dangerous cancer, though she was lucky to get rid of. Remember Billy Bob Thornton? Where Billy Bob once spit is now Brad's Pitt. Or was. I recently witnessed a lesbian mime trying to get in a box. She got there, lickety-split. I don't understand why some straight and heterosexual men insist on having anal sex with their wives and girlfriends. To me, that just sounds like some really shitty pussy. Since Obama legalized sodomy last year, 90% of gay men use only brown towels. The other 10% use a brown and red streusel swirl. Now some dating. You guys, anyone on a date?
Yeah.
Perfect. If there was dating in the Nazi concentration camps, if there was, do you think it was as easy as just asking for someone's number? If you ever take a black woman out to dinner in a movie, don't take her to a cheap Mexican restaurant first. Otherwise, later you might be watching Diarrhea of a Mad Black Woman. You don't want that on your hands. Never cross a redhead, because ginger snaps. What old white racist fisherman came up with the term oyster cracker? You only use it on chowder. Get a clue, Klutz clam crackers. Guys, that are young wear their pants so low. It gets ridiculous. But as guys get older and older, they wear them higher and higher. My daddy's about 70. He said, look, Todd, I'm getting huge. I'm a 40-inch waist. I said, no, Dad, that's your chest. I think we can all agree that Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Can we agree?
Yes.
Thank you. Did you know that black lights matter?
Yes.
Under a black light, white people turn black. And black people actually turn invisible. So if you're black and you go out at night and you want to be safe, you always carry a black light flashlight. If two white cops roll up on you, turn on your black light, the officers look to their side, see an armed black man, automatically draw their guns and shoot each other. You can just go ahead and walk away. You're fucking invisible. Has anyone here ever caught a fly out of the air with their bare hands?
Yes.
I've caught 50 at once. The only problem is you gotta wipe the shit off your knuckles. Sometimes I think I got too much time and shit on my hands. But that's not necessarily true. I'm out of time. Thank you guys. My name's Todd Bonnet.